really think that actually, let me just grab my hammer real quick. Oh my God. This is what you get for being lazy. Pretty sure there's a flathead like somewhere maybe by the trunk. I want to make some visible progress for Mike's sake on this car today. We're gonna go back to our original task that we tried to do before we replaced this door, and that is cutting the edge of this quarter panel and tapping the metal back to widen up the gap down at the bottom corner. Just because of how these cars were built, they were kind of all like this. The gap is way tighter at the bottom than it is at the top. It's not the straightest line I've ever cut.
Wow. Use that.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Okay, here, take those.
We did find it.
Yeah. Praise Jesus.
All right, so yesterday we left off. I got all the interior holes welded up on this door. This morning, I just worked down this mirror mounting spot a little bit and got that back into spec because it was all pulled up from years of people, you know, leaving the mirror and whatever. So that's good. The bottom of the door is really good. Still might do a little bit of hammer and finessing right before we go to paint just to make sure that everything's nice and even. And then there's a couple teeny tiny dents along this body line, probably just from the door being like laid down on surfaces. So I will have a couple pins that I'll have to place, but there's not very much work left to this door. So I'm gonna call that good for now. I wanna make some visible progress for Mike's sake on this car today. So now that all the major issues on this door are dealt with, we're gonna go back to our original task that we tried to do before we replaced this door, and that is cutting the edge of this quarter panel and tapping the metal back to widen up the gap down at the bottom corner. Just because of how these cars were built, they were kind of all like this. The gap is way tighter at the bottom than it is at the top, but obviously that doesn't look very appealing. So we're gonna do the same thing we did to the other side. And this one's a little bit tighter than the other side, but we'll probably have to cut from here down to here. We'll get that all sorted, weld it back together, and then we're gonna start some filler work on this quarter panel. Brand new quarter panel, so it should be fairly straight. I'm still gonna make sure that there's no little pucker dents or anything on it, but that is what we're gonna try to accomplish today. I don't know if we'll get the full quarter in filler today, but I wanna at least get, 50% or more of it done. So it shouldn't take that long. Matt is coming here today and we might have a meeting, so I don't know exactly how much time I'm gonna have working on this car. You really never know, but hopefully it's gonna be a full day. I also have to fit this little back tail piece. They're never the same shape as a quarter, but we just get them kind of fitting good enough and then we fill over top of them. This one has a broken stud on the one end, so there's not much I can do about that because it's a cast piece, so I'll just have to get it fit as best we can. So this is our main focus today. I'm just gonna get my tools together. We'll gap the bottom of that quarter panel door, and I've already prepped this for filler so we don't have to go back over and sand it. I did that this morning while I was waiting for the lovely camera girl. That's what we're gonna do, so stay tuned. So I'm gonna start cutting from about here down to here. Now, remember when you guys are doing this, you don't want to cut directly right on that edge because you don't want to cut through the thickness of metal that goes this way, right? Because if you cut too close to here, you're just going to make this metal on the inside really thin, and it's actually double layered here because it has to connect to the inner. So we want to make sure that kind of like an eighth out from that edge is where we want to be cutting. Not right on it, so that we're not grinding through that other metal and making it thin and shit. We might have to slice it a handful of times, but we'll start off with one and tap it over and see how that looks. Not the straightest line I've ever cut, but so now we're gonna tap this over. Yeah, we're definitely gonna, it's good all the way through here. It's really just this probably bottom inch and a half that we still gotta move a bit. So it looks way better. So lots of times when you're doing this and moving metal, especially when you've split the metal, it's kind of hard to get it to move and stay without springing back. So now that I've got this the majority of the way I want it, I'm gonna start tacking. And then when I get to about here, I will do a little bit more hammer dolly work, and I think I'll be able to actually push that corner out a little bit, but it needs a couple tack welds to hold the rest of it in place and to give me a pivot point to move that metal so it doesn't just keep springing back. So we're gonna start getting this welded up. As I go, this has kind of started to bulge out a little bit. Also, when you put this inner edge in, it will get a little lower than the metal, so you won't be able to get this back perfectly straight or like perfectly in line, but that's okay because it's close to the edge. We're gonna fill it with weld, but I will be pushing this in a little bit more in the spots where it kind of bulged up and give that a little hammer and dolly as I go and tack as well. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you a little close up on how the end of this is just about to fall off. So over time, these get real broken and so yeah, these get real broken and This one's like literally about to fall off. We need a good ground, so I'm just gonna quickly fix this and show you guys how. You just undo this little bolt here, just a little bit. Yeah, and then you just back this little thing off here. I wish I had actually grabbed a little flathead because this is really, this is what you get for being lazy. I'm sure there's a flathead like somewhere maybe by the trunk. Ah, yes, perfect. That makes this easier. So yeah, you just gotta loosen this guy off. This is actually supposed to be on this rubber piece, not holding the metal in. I don't know who adjusted this the last time, but obviously, oh my God. That's what the end of that looks like. So we are going to cut the end of this off until we're back to some good metal. So I got some good pliers here. There we go. Now I'm just gonna take a razor blade because I don't have a stripper that will do this thick of wire. Just gonna cut a little slit in it like that. Cut around. So now we got all of our exposed wire back. The welder's off, but yeah, it probably should be unplugged. Thanks for calling me out like that, cat. All right, I'm gonna cut this hose clamp off and put a new one on here so that we can attach this properly because I don't wanna, the last person that did it couldn't get the wire through, I think, and that's why there's so much hanging off. And then this rubber part, yeah, because I can't get the rubber part in there, but that's what whoever did it last, they had the wire go through the hose clamp and then into this and had the rubber on this side, but then it just kind of hangs out and breaks off those wires like we just saw. So if I do that again, this is just gonna keep getting shorter and shorter. So let me just cut this off real quick and then we'll put a new hose clamp in there so we can actually attach this properly so it's not just gonna keep breaking on us. Now we gotta go find a new hose clamp and we'll put a new hose clamp on here and get this fixed up. Found a new little hose clamp here, so I'm just gonna feed this out. New hose clamp is on. I'm gonna take this guy. I always like to put kind of a little slight twist in here. I'm gonna slide this under that bolt so that all those metal fibers are sitting underneath the bolt here. And then we are going to tighten this guy down until it kind of crunches all those wires down. And that's where we get our contact from. You don't want to like crush it too much, but you want to make sure it's securely pinned in there so that when you pull it, it's not pulling out. Now we're going to tighten this guy on top of the rubber. And that's gonna make it so that this doesn't pull around and break all those little copper wires again. Now that's nice tight and in there, got the proper hose clamp on, so now it's not gonna break on us again. Easy fix, you gotta do it every so often on your welders. This one bum hand is really pissing me off today. So as you guys can see, it's a little bowed out here. So as I'm welding and tacking, I'm gonna start from the top and work my way down because there's still some finessing I wanna do at the bottom. So I'm just gonna be pushing this in. You might not, depending on how much you've moved this, you might not be able to actually push this in far enough to meet up with this piece of metal because this metal used to be straight and we've bent it in. So now it's gonna be at least like a little bit of a different height. So it won't be perfectly flush, but we'll be able to build up this edge with like as we weld. You know, if you guys feel it, you can feel whether it needs to go in or if it's already in too much or whatever, but it won't perfectly line up if you've moved it a lot. Up here, I'll be able to get it flush because I didn't hammer too much of this in, but as we get further down here where I've moved the metal a bit more, it'll be slightly off, but it'll be like kind of less than a millimeter. You know, it's a very small tolerance, so. This gap is all good. It's all welded up, looks great. So now we're gonna start doing some filler on this quarter panel. I'm gonna do the same process that I always do. I'm gonna marglass my edges. Again, you know, making sure that all the panels line up really nice. It's just a thin skip. You know, I know a lot of people have an issue with filler, but within reason, filler is a good thing. We're gonna marglass this gap where this quarter meets the rocker. There is quite a big groove. That's a factory lead seam. We don't use lead anymore. It's toxic, it's not good, it's hard to work with, so you don't re-lead those seams. So we'll use marglass in those areas as well because it's strong and it doesn't crack. And then I just gotta fit my back tail light piece. I will show you this because this is gonna have to be marglass. I gotta scuff it up here before I go put my marglass on. Once I get this fit pretty decently, it's gonna fit something like that. And you can see that they don't fit very well and they've got different curves. I will be marglassing this as well, so it's the same shape as the quarter panel. These things never fit well, so that's just what you gotta do. I'm just gonna tighten this guy up in the spot that I like the most, and then we will do our marglass, sand that off, and then start on the rest of the Bondo.
Takes what? Takes what?
Can you go find me that end panel piece? Or see if you have a different one?
66 Chevelle what?
I need it to Bondo the quarter.
Hello.
How
you guys doing?
Good. I need Mike to go.
Just turn your back. Just turn his back on you.
Yeah.
It's always a horror story.
kidding.
What?
I need that end panel piece.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, he's gonna go look for it. Yeah.
Saw them in here somewhere.
Holy shit, this is a big sea can.
Cass,
Yes.
can you work without it? Because I know he said they're in here somewhere.
Well, I can't. I need to start body working the quarter panel, and I can't do that.
He said, oh, I see him in here, but I have no idea where he saw him. I mean, look at this shit. Where are they? Well, use the, oh,
Oh, look at that.
look at that. Okay, here, take those.
We did find it.
Yeah. Praise Jesus.
So this is a bead blaster contained unit inside. My favorite. Just gotta hook up some air to it. And that's basically it. There's this little foot pedal that you press and that pops down out of this interior hose. So we're just gonna put this little guy in here. All right, we got our little carbon bit here. And we'll try that and see if that gave us. We're looking good there. So I'm just gonna get this piece bolted on and then we'll get started on our marglass. These things don't fit with our shit. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. I really think that actually, let me just grab my hammer real quick. I don't like how big this gap is right there. Okay, well that's way better. I'm just gonna bolt this on here real quick and then we'll maybe finally get some mud on this thing. But we'll see, that might be a tall order.